this was a guy that I wanted to know, that he was a man that I wanted to know and that I felt that I could be friends with.
What you see is what you get with David.
He's always been the most humble person that I've met.
It's just his manner, his forma de ser.
A very intelligent manner about him.
He's a quality person. He's a down-to-earth, humble guy that really is interested in helping people.
I think David is very approachable. He's a great listener and he's a great friend. And even though we have known each other all these years and he's changed hats many times, David remains constant. He is still a humble, loving, and compassionate person. The same David I met 30 years ago.
He's a man who understands who he is. He's confident, he's comfortable in his own skin. And he's not ever trying to impress anybody. That's, I think, what I appreciate most. The man is without guile or big ego.
He has grown and risen based on honesty and based on supporting people that work with him.
Judge Guaderrama brought to El Paso one of the first adult drug courts.
I just sort of nominated myself to the drug court team because I could tell it was a different approach that was being taken towards addiction and alcoholism, other than just throwing people in jail or admonishing them for what they did. It was a real system to help people.
He is a man of infinite fairness and I think wisdom, and he is a student of the law, and he's curious about the matters that are before him. But most of all, he's very fair. His needle points straight up and down.
Judge Guaderrama always had this compassion, but more importantly, he has this ability to motivate people to believe in themselves.
The important thing that he always shared was how we needed to look at the positive in everything so that we can continue to move on. And he's absolutely right. We always have to look at the positives and the blessings instead of looking at the negative things.
I saw it with many a participant of our drug court when they preferred to be sentenced to the penitentiary, and he believed in them, and eventually they ended up believing in themselves.
His sense of fairness comes through right from the beginning, and that ability to put people at ease comes through. And he is respectful of all the people who come before him, whether that be criminal defendants or lawyers or even civil parties. And that's something that judges aren't born with. That's something that judges sort of have inside of them.
Many times individuals came back and say, thank you, because you believed in me. I am who I am. I'm a father. I'm a better son. I'm a better husband. You know, I'm a productive member of society.
It wouldn't have been possible without him. I mean, we had a team, and there's a lot of people on the team from all different areas, but it really was him and his compassion and his really wanting to help people. If he could just help one person, it would have been worth it. But he really was the driving force behind it.
He's born to be a great judge.
My respect for him and the growth of our friendship comes primarily through respect.
Even though he has received promotions and applied for, different positions, he has remained constant. The persona in him, his heart is still the same. He's still the humble, genuine person that I met 30 years ago.
I think it's a terrific thing. I personally don't run across a lot of people like that. He just, it's comforting to be around somebody like that. There's no airs, there's no, make believe, there's no pretentiousness. It's just, he's just him, whether he's in the black robe or not.
He's the kind of individual that you gain respect for because of his honesty and his hard work, and he leads by example.
He has been a person who is compassionate, who's kind, who believes in what he does. And it's something that resonated with me, how passionate he was about helping others.
He had a really good presence about him.
Who he is as a person, there's a certain tranquility about him, a certain sense of serenity.
He believes in God. He lets people know that.
He always listens to God, always listens to the message. And everything that he does, it's in God's name. I know that. And God has blessed him tremendously and has given him so many opportunities to continue to serve everyone in the community, friends and family.
Thank you for inspiring me to believe in miracles. That's something that he did for a lot of people that came through his court, whether it be the drug court or whether it be the regular docket. He had people believing that life could be different.
I don't think it'd be overstating to say that something similar was said about Cormac McCarthy. Somebody said the MacArthur Foundation honored itself more than they honored Cormac McCarthy when they gave Cormac the Genius Grant Award. The same thing could be said of the federal bench. The federal bench has honored itself more than they've honored David Guaderrama.
I would think he's probably at a very good place in his life right now. I think he's probably exactly where he wants to be, although he's probably the only person that never thought he would be in the place he's at. I never had any doubt about his abilities, and I don't think anybody else did either.
I am not surprised at all that he is now a federal judge. I'm glad he is. I'm proud of him, and he deserves it.
El Paso could not have a better federal judge. He's an El Paso boy.
He is very happy being part of the community.
He went to St. Patrick's. He went to Cathedral. He went to New Mexico State, and then he went to law school at Notre Dame. He's an El Paso boy. It's perfect for El Paso. He's perfect for El Paso. El Paso couldn't do any better.
I mean, this is his home. I think he's settled in for the long haul. He loves this community, and he's proud serving it, and he's proud of having his friends and his family here.
I think that he is a wonderful role model for the youth, and especially for the students at Cathedral High School, which is where my kids went to. I think that if they pay attention to David's journey, they will see that with commitment and hard work and dedication, they too can accomplish what David has accomplished. He was at one time where they are now, and that makes him, one of us.
He's definitely one of us. And he has always made it clear to everybody that we are who we are because of how we impact others. And like his saying is always, the universe always responds.
David Guaderrama is not only one of us, he is one of the best of us.
I've heard a person describe him as, I love the guy not because of how he treats me. I love him because of how he treats others that have nothing to offer him back.
Well, I miss him. I miss him on the state side of the street, on our side, the south side of San Antonio Street. He's now on the north side. He's far away. It's only across the street, but to me, it's a world away, and I miss him. And we miss him there, and we miss his devotion.
I love him as a person. I love him as my friend.
I love him. He's my friend. He's a great lawyer. He's been there for me.
I'm really proud to have him as a friend.
Just David, his cowboy boots, his cowboy hat.
That's just the way he is. I think the way he was born, and that's just the way he is. And that's just the way he wants it.
I love you, brother. That's it.
I think that says a lot. That says a lot for a person.